Can you introduce yourself and tell me a little bit more about your organization?
Oh, I'm Sandy Sidsworth. I'm the Executive Director of the Canadian Mental Health Association, Hastings Prince Edward Branch. Big title, little agency. We are a community mental health organization with a strong focus on homelessness and poverty reduction and advocacy.
Awesome, awesome. So what do you do here at CMHA?
What do I do here?
Or maybe it's what don't you do?
Well, my role as Executive Director is a lot of public speaking, education, awareness, grant writing. We're non-ministry funded. We don't receive any health, Ministry of Health money. So every week it's trying to pound the pavement for those dollars, fundraise. But I also function 2 days a week as a counselor, and my client base is working with those individuals who are working through grief bereavement after loss of someone to suicide.
Wow, okay, awesome. So what are the types of clients that you serve here at Diane's Place specifically?
Oh, at Diane's Place. So
Yeah.
we do have 3 transitional houses. One specifically for women. It's an old building. There'll be lots of wonderful sounds. And it is specifically for women who are homeless, who have dealt with domestic violence, addictions, and mental health issues. We do have some women that are unable to be served at local shelters because of the acuteness of their addiction or their mental illness. But it's usually women who have dealt with violence and coming off the streets. And it can be any age. So we have from 24 to 82.
Wow.
Yeah. I know those numbers are staggering, eh? Like the age range is just amazing.
So like, why is this work so special to you?
Oh, why is this work? Wow. Well, because I walked those shoes.
Okay.
I spent a year living with my parents after the breakdown of a marriage. I left another country with 3 kids and literally had no place to go except my mom and dad's. They helped me rebuild my life. And not everybody is lucky. Not everybody is lucky like that, to have those supports that say, let's get you to the next level. So this is what this work is. It's poverty reduction. I've been to a food bank.
Yeah.
I've experienced that type of generosity, hypocrisy in terms of, if you prove that you need this well enough, we'll give you food to help feed your kids.
Wow.
Poverty is seen as a crime, and I've experienced that. I've had the labels, and so we need a place, and this whole building is that. It's not just our agency, but we're in this amazing old school that just works with those who have lost all hope.
Wow, wow. So you know I'm doing some fundraising.
I'm
this
aware
year,
of it,
so,
yes.
And we've worked together in the past on other events, so it's awesome to me to partner up again with you and Diane's Place, specifically in the Royal LePage Shelter Foundation. I've been really lucky not to have come across any of the problems that you deal with these people on a daily basis. And I'm just kind of wondering, after I hand that check over, after running these events, like, what happens? What if I hand you a big check? What does that mean?
What does that mean? Well, first of all, we can sometimes get specialized support for women who've experienced trauma. Everything comes with a cost.
Yeah.
And if you don't have healthcare benefits, and if certain wonderful programs are under the auspice of, are not under OHIP, there's a cost. There's some healings that we're able to pull in for women that are traumatized. It allows us to bring an additional counselor in to do specialized PTSD work. We pay that separately. Even though our services are free, we sometimes don't have the specialities for those women that are dealing with that trauma. So it is bringing in a secondary clinical support because we're non-clinical, and it's not keeping them on a wait list. That's what that money does. It allows us to maneuver, to support. So we have a great basket full of services here, but sometimes it's that one step further. Maybe sometimes it's transportation to rehab. Maybe it's just investing in that moment when the person's ready to take that step. It's also putting into bricks and mortar. You would know a wonderful woman by the name of Connie Carson who,
My grandma.
yeah, who has just helped us. We're going to be redoing steps, the staircase in our old transitional home. They've been modified and redone, and they are narrow and they don't offer good mobility. So with her support and some fundraising, we're doing that. That's a big deal for us.
It was a big deal for us to do for you guys,
yeah. So it is about doing those things beyond the everyday. We can deal with the human spirit and we look at helping it, but sometimes it needs the tools and it needs the money for those tools that we don't have the discretion for. We operate 9 staff. We see about 800 people a month. That number's still staggering to me.
Just you?
No.
Just you
Oh,
guys?
well, now that would make me a superhero.
No, but just your organization?
Just our organization. We see and touch the lives of about 800 people a month. And that's increasing. I shudder to think what it'll be like in the spring. And we operate for a budget of under $400,000 a year. People get their money's worth.
So you need more. You need as much help as possible.
Well, everybody does in this building, and we're just one of 6. But yeah, we all, it's fundraising like this that allows us the flexibility. So much of what we do when we write grants has to be boxed in, and we have to meet certain numbers and capacity, and we have to demonstrate that. And for a small organization, that's where we lose out to bigger organizations. Yeah. The wonderful thing about third-party fundraising, like what you're doing, it allows us to work with the need and know where it needs to go to meet that need.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
This is awesome.
So I totally understand what you do now, so thank you.
I have no clue. We're fine. We'll just go with that.
Flying by the seat of the pants.
Yeah.
It's all good. Can you tell me a little bit about what people, specifically at Dan's Place, what they're going through? What maybe there's, so maybe there's someone that sticks out to you, or is there a situation that really epitomizes what you do?
I think, well, it's starting to build people up, and you're right. Everyone comes to us with horrendous stories, and I have to be very careful because we have to respect confidentiality, but anything that you can imagine happening that's cruel to women, children, happens to the people that come through our doors. And I think sometimes what breaks our heart is we will see someone step into their new life, and they do amazing things. And we just lost someone not too long ago who'd gone through the whole processes, but it didn't work. And we lost somebody young and vibrant at 27 years old. And I think that's the problem. We can do all these foundations, but we have to be cognizant of the next steps that are out there. And that's the other thing that your fundraising does. It allows us to get people to their next steps, because we may not be always the appropriate people on the journey, but keep connections so there's other safety for someone who manages to get in off the street, go back to school, and who could be stepping into a brand new life and who doesn't get that chance. So, we weren't supposed to do this.
Oh, wow.
Not every ending is happy. But every opportunity starts here.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. So, so much.
Yeah, your head's just spinning, isn't it?
Steps. Remember the sleep out that we did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've done 9 of them, so which one are we talking about,
Well,
John Ross?
I did the last one.
Yeah,
and
you
it
did.
It was really cool. Okay.
I didn't mean to throw you off. Huh?
It's okay. No, it's good. It's good. It's good. The rebuilding portion you're talking about. When someone's going through that process, what are the steps? When they have, do they get time? Do they know when they're going to be leaving? Do they?
You know what? We can house someone for 364 days. Typical shelters are 8 hours a day or overnight, and then people have to leave. This becomes their temporary home. Temporary home with a lot of supervision, and we do have some rules. The reason you're homeless has to be dealt with, and sometimes that's connecting people to pensions or opportunities for funding, moving them from Ontario Works to ODSP if they're dealing with an illness, whether it's chronic physical or emotional or mental health. The other piece is sometimes employment. We have a return to work program embedded in our agency, and many people that come through the transitional homes can connect it with an employer, help to work to find employment they can do, and it builds that sustainability. They also have to meet with a counselor every 2 weeks, and that's mandatory to stay under our roof. So we're working through connecting them to psychiatric support, addiction support, whatever it needs to make sustainability when they finally step into their next home.
Wow, that's a huge process.
And I left out about 60 things.
Yeah.
So I can hear my staff going, "You didn't talk about what I do." Okay. Oh,
That's
an
okay.
echo.
This is just for us anyway. I have a really good idea.
Do you?
I do. Let me think on it.
Okay.
And
I can see those wheels turning.
yeah.
Yes.
I will get back to you on that. But is there anything else you want to say to anybody at home? I mean, this video is for people that are going to hear about my Iceland challenge that I'm doing with Roller Page and what you guys are working towards and how that helps. So if there's anything you need me to share with my people about what this means, this partnership means, let me know.
Anytime anyone steps forward from the community in this way, and especially you identified you're coming from that place of privilege that you hadn't had to experience that. But that means stepping out of your comfort zone, and you don't have to do that. And I think it's such an act of courage to think about, how can I make a difference? And if everyone, I mean, in this whole building, I'm privileged to come every day because everyone's here doing that. And then when you see people who you're just loosely connected with that start to think like that, that helped combat some of the stuff.
Yeah.
We're just after the election in the US. It's stepping out of that comfort zone, trying to make a difference wherever you can.
Yeah.
That defeats some of the hatred and the bigotry and the biases around poverty, around race, around culture, around gender stereotypes. And it starts with that coming out of your own comfort zone. So I just think you're awesome doing that. I don't know what you're doing. I just want you to be safe. Anybody, just want him to be safe. I'm sitting here going, oh yeah, he's already going to Iceland. What more can you be doing? But it is about taking that extra step to make a difference.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Thank you.
thank you. Oh.